Generic greetings! Planet Coaster has been progressing on very nicely. The latest update, which is update 3, has introduced a lot of new things. If you go to play, you can see that there is now a challenge mode. Essentially, it's the only way you can currently lose the game at the moment. You have basic park management systems, so you can alter ride prices and entry prices, things like that, as well as hire staff like entertainers and janitors. It's all basic stuff again. Normally, the first pass that they do is just like, look, this is sort of proof of concept, it exists, and then the next one will add and change and polish it up, like what they've done with coasters in this patch. So there's more coasters, there's better features for it, there's also new terrain tools like water, which is good, and just generally more parts. There's also this nice feature here. Essentially it's hooked up to Steam Workshop, or will be at some point when it's released. So you've got like different, these are all celebrities, so if we actually go to the back end of the world, we can see that we've got some weird Australian in the corner. There we are. And then we can also go over to, where is the other guy? Is it him? Yeah, Silverette. We've got Flabberliggy down there. We've got Silverette here. Those are the ones that I have watched and stuff, and both do some decent stuff. Anyway, what I want to go to play. I want to go to Sandbox and over to Tropical because I want to set myself a bit of a challenge. I've got a beverage here with me, and today's beverage is apple and elderflower. It's quite tasty. Essentially, what I want to do, actually, I'm talking crap. It's not apple and elderflower. It's cranberry and apple. There was two. I had two cartons, and I just randomly pick up one of them. So yes, anyway, what I want to do, I want to build something in just under an hour. So I want to set myself a challenge to build something that looks pretty cool in less than an hour. So, and using pretty much all of the features. So we'll do terrain tools, we'll do roller coasters, and then we'll put some building and scenery around it. So let's just crack on straight away. We're going to go to our paths, and then we need to select this path here. And then what we tend to do is do this, and then we sort of build around, and then connect it up like that, because otherwise it's just a bit of a nightmare. Right, that's all things connected up. I don't know why I always do that, but I tend to. Then we're going to go over to terrain tools, and we'll go to sculpting. I'm going to go to push and then max out the size of this, and then what I want to do is start digging a massive hole, because we're going to fill this with some water, and that's only because it's really cool and I want to test the new sort of water stuff out. So there's no real rhyme or reason the way I'm doing this. It's just going to essentially be straight across like this. Obviously we will use some other tools and flatten it. I can increase, oh no, I can't increase the intensity. This is max intensity, so I just want to dig a couple of bits around here. I want to have like little islands and such. I'll dig a bit further out. We'll have this sort of jutting out a bit because we can, and maybe a bit bigger actually. We'll make it a little bit bigger. The problem with humans is that I say they, like as if I'm not one. Or am I? Yeah, I am. At least I think I am. I haven't actually had the human test. I don't know what that would be. Will that be the Turing test, or is that just for... No, that's just for intelligence. Anyway, or not intelligence, because I would probably fail that. That would be for artificial intelligence or whatever. Anyway, we're sort of getting a bit off topic here. Yeah, humans are crap for randomizing. We can't really do it very well, or at least we think we do it well, and then we actually don't. Anyway, that is not bad. We want to probably dig a little bit further into there. I will smoothen this up in just a moment, and that's about right. So we've dug down. And we'll a little bit further like that, and then we'll go over to smoothing. So we'll smooth, and then we'll just quickly sort of rub this across just to smooth it up. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, because essentially what we'll do is we'll go to water, and there's different types of water. You've got calm, rough, standing, and dirty. So if we just pause it a second, and we'll go to rough water, we then get like a little level, like so, blue there, and then boom, there you go, it's full of water. Job done. In fact, if we unpause it, you'll actually see this nice little like wave effects and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So we'll undo that, because I don't really care at the moment. What I'm going to do is I want the water not recessed or anything like that, but I don't want it like just slapping over the edges. So you can have it so it's like that, and as you can see, it looks like it's a sort of beach. I don't want to do that. I definitely want a defined level, which is just like that. That should do it about right, and yeah, that's about right. So there's that side. What we'll do, we'll go over to, actually what we'll do, we'll fill it with water first. Yes, and then we'll go to blueprints, and we won't go to blueprints, we'll go to coasters, and then we'll go over to custom, and then we'll go for the dive coaster, because this is essentially one of those drop coasters, and we'll rotate it round, and we want to put it about there, but we'll rise it up just a little bit, and then we'll click, and then we will build. So they have changed, we'll undo that a second, they have changed a couple of the way the coasters work a little bit. Actually, we're going to delete that, because I think it's a little bit too low. About there. Okay, so we're going to build, and we're going to build with this. Hang on. Undo. Why can't we do a station? Station. I wanted to add a bit more for the station. Right, so we'll go to straight path, then we'll go to chain drive, and then we need to alter this. So we need to go up, and then you can alter the length, and then we go up, 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 and make it quite high. You can see it's already barreling over because essentially it's hit the skybox. So we'll pull it down to about there, and then I'll shrink it right up, and then drag it down so it sort of drags you over the edge, and then we'll have it drop just a little bit, probably that, and then we'll straighten it right up. Because essentially that gives you a little bit of a turn, and then we'll increase the size. The reason I'm blasting through this, by the way, is because as I said, I've set myself like an hour, or a challenge to do this in an hour. So I want to make sure we get it done right. So there's that. No, we need to curve it over. Probably best just to increase the length of it and then 90 degree it, like so. We've got snapping on, so we'll 90 degree it, and then that, and then we'll straighten it up, and then that, and then we'll turn it. And then that, and then we'll drop. So we go for a vertical drop. So essentially it's going to come along and then drop. But actually, no. Undo. It's nowhere near close enough. What if we go from here? We'll undo that piece, and we go to normal drive, and then we'll increase the length, like really far. As far as I can get it, in fact. To there. And then we will not twist it, we'll angle it a bit, and then we'll go up. Yeah, so you can see it's a slow, gentle curve. That is about what I want. Yes, that. And then that. So it's slowly going round, and then we will be able to bring it back to about straight. Is that about right? Yes, it's coming back on itself, and we will straighten that up. And then we'll add that, and then we'll have the vertical drop. So we'll have the vertical drop. And as you can see, what it's going to try and do now is go straight down into the water, which you might think, hang on, isn't that going to be a little bit problematic? Well, yes, it's going to be so problematic that when I click once, it essentially then tries to quickly divert to the left because it can't go through the ground. It can't go through the water. So we need to resolve this by going to terrain and then over to sculpting and then going to pull and probably changing the size to about, I think, 20 meters will be about right. Then we'll completely tilt the camera facing down and we'll actually spin it around so we're looking straight down this coaster so we know we're right underneath it, and then hold left click. And what that'll do, that'll build it up, and then we just need to keep just gently until it breaks the surface about, maybe a little bit higher than that, about there. As long as it's about the same surface as the land, we're about right. And I think we are. We might increase it just a little bit. There we are. And then job done. We'll get rid of that tool. Go back to the roller coaster, over to edit track. And then you can see that is trying to go through the ground, but it can't. And the reason for that, actually, is because we've got water on. So if we just go to water and we get rid of water, we should then be able to go back to the edit coaster, and then it will then happily tunnel. Because I've got auto tunnel on. So essentially it's going to dig through the ground itself, which looks like that will function, although you can see it's like a little bit dodgy. It's sort of rocking a bit, isn't it? You can see it's sort of turning a bit. I'm going to go to this part, and is that turning? It is turning. I want to delete that piece. There we go. And make sure that is straight. That's straight. There we go. And then build that. And then we don't want to turn. I don't know why it's automatically trying. Oh, it's trying to twist it. Look at that. It's actually twisting the bloody thing. Why is it doing that for? Don't twist it. Stop twisting the roller coaster. We don't want it to twist. Okay, that's just really shoddy workmanship. You can see it's twisting a little bit. I don't know why. But as long as it tunnels under the ground, I don't particularly care. So you can see it is now happily tunneling through the ground. We're going to dig a little bit further. And then we can come out of the ground. So it's now quite far under this. And then we will quickly go... Oh, hang on, Derek. Hang on. It's rotated itself completely around the other way. Undo. Why is it rotating itself around? I do not know. Right. Look at that. It says it's rotating. Look at that. 90 degree, 0 degrees. 90 degree. Build. I don't know what it's doing. I genuinely don't know what it's doing. It's wanting to go the other way. Is it rotating itself round? I think it might be. Wow. Well, that's okay. Okay, undo. Make sure it's straight. I don't know what's going on here. Alpha Gamers Alpha. Apparently that is 90 degrees, even though it clearly shows that it is straight. So build, and then just curve that way, which is actually curving out the side, which is just wrong. What is it doing? This is Alpha Gamers Alpha. Right, that says 45 degrees, but it's clearly not. It's clearly going straight down. And that's doing the same. Wow, this is broken. This is just clearly broken. Okay, we'll do our best. We'll dig down. There we go, and then we'll essentially angle that way. And whatever way we come out underground is just, we'll just accept. Look at that. It's, what on earth is it doing? It's really rotating all over the place, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. But the best thing to do is just to click on a couple of these parts and then go back to straight track. And will it actually level itself off? I don't know. I don't know what it's doing, to be honest with you. And we'll do that. And then that. It's close to surface. And then we'll sort of go this way a bit. And then around here. And then what we'll do, we'll go up. And then we'll burst out the top. Like that. And then we'll know exactly where we're at. Yeah, we're sort of inverted, essentially, which is not what we were after. Oh, well, I guess what we'll do then, we'll start flinging some loops at this place. If you just start flinging a couple of loops, then it might be fine. There's a nice loop. There's a couple of spirals. That one you come back on yourself. That's not bad. We could have that. And then, essentially, if we just go straight, autocomplete, job done. There's a roller coaster. So we should be able to actually go to terrain now, and then go over to water, and then water. And then we now have water across that, and we also have the water going straight, like, essentially you go straight down through into the water. So when people are sick up the top, they essentially throw up into this water, so we should probably use the dirty one. Right, okay, we'll click on this, and we're going to go to our testing, and you've got, like, new test systems. So you've got excitement, fear, nausea, and speed. If it's in the green, then you're doing it right. So you want a very high excitement, medium fear, so you want to be a bit scared to get that old adrenaline going and such, and whatnot, and then you go, and if you go too far either end, then you've sort of screwed it up. And nausea you want to keep as low as possible. Start the test, and we will unpause the game, and we'll go over to our viewing systems. Hang on, can we click on this? We can go over to that. I'm sure we can. Right camera. Okay. And let's see what this is like. So clickety-clackety, clickety-clack. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack. So you can see excitement is up. Nausea is a little bit... nausea is nothing. Fear is there. So you've got a bit of the anticipation of, oh, what's going to happen. Oh. Excitement. I don't think it calculates things like what's around you and stuff like that. So there you go. The nausea is going up a little bit, but that's fine. Fear is also going up. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice gentle slope, and you want it quite slow because you want it to go. Oh my good God! Look at that. The fear. And you see that the fear is like mid ground for there, and now it's stopped, which it shouldn't. At this point, it should just go like fairly, the fear should stay there and the excitement should stay up, but it's a basic simulation. Then we sort of rock all over the place, and I don't know why. Then we go underneath. We actually go on our, we're on our side here. Oh my God, that is terrible. That is so bad, and we're not going to make it over. Are we going to make it over? Yes, we are. I do not know what on earth the coaster is doing under the ground there. I don't know why it's doing that. That is just strange. Just flat out strange. But we have now finished a full test. If we go to results, we can see excitement is 4.3, fear is 3.5, and nausea is 2.5. Our maximum lateral G is 10. Biggest drop 87 meters. Essentially, it's not too bad. It's certainly not too bad. Now, what I want to do then, I want to go back over to our coaster here. We want to click done on that one, even though we're not actually technically done. And we'll go to edit track, and we'll start from here, and then we will drag this and select all of that. Now what you can then do is you can smooth, so smooth, and that obviously changed a little bit. It sort of lagged it out a bit, but that should be about right. Now, can we alter the angles? We can. Oh my good grief, the game dies when you try to do that. Right, let's not try and do that again. What's happening essentially is it's trying to alter the... Oh God, and now that's stuck on. There we go. Right, so I want to go through the tunnel. And you can see that it comes down here on its side. I don't know of any roller coaster that does that. It's not a bad thing, I guess, or maybe it is, but there you go. Right. So we're not going to... I would love to tweak it and change and all that sort of thing, but I don't really have the time. Go over to... Actually, we don't want to edit track. What we want to do is just click on the ride. We want to go over to customize. We want to change the colours. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the... What's that? That's like a nice... That's changing the colour of the line. So I'm going to change it to like a silverish colour. And then the overall track itself will change to black. But bearing in mind that it will change based on the lighting as well. So I actually want to change the colour of this. Of the centre bit. That's like an orange colour. I don't really want orange. There's no real brown colour I find. Like, that is not brown. That's bright orange. What's the closest to wood that you're going to get? Like a dark mahogany or something? I think it's that, isn't it? So that'll be about right. And then that one will change to black. Right, that's okay. Car colour we'll change to just completely silver. And there's that. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We'll change over to there. That's nice. That's not bad. I'm going to speed up to max speed. Not that as silver. There we go. So it's like weird wood colour because we're going to have this pirate themed. So there we are. Right. So it's in the dark. We do need some entrances and exits. So we're going to put an entrance there. And a place for you to bugger off there. And then add queue to entrance is use this black one. And we'll have a length of about 5. And we want to alter the height of that, which I cannot remember the buttons for. That's increased size. How do we go down? That's the wrong button. Hang on, have I just deleted half that roller coaster? No, I deleted all the roller coaster. Oops, that was the delete button then. Go back to this. Queue to entrance. Get rid of that. What's the button for it? Press 1 to help. Raise a lower path is left click. Well, that's that's simple then, isn't it? That's exactly what I was looking for. Right. I don't know why, but it's got this weird path system there. So that's fine. We'll change the length to 1. And that might be a bit better for us. No, we're going to have a ramp, aren't we? That's annoying. Can't we just have it? A ramp. Yes, we can have a ramp. That's perfect. That's what I wanted. Right, and then we will curve it round gently. Then we'll curve it round over to here. But actually, what I'll add a ticket booth first. They've sort of changed the way this works. And there we go. That's perfect. So there's that. We do need an exit, so path. This one. So down. And then this way. And you can connect it like so. Ah, damn it. You can sort of make it so it sort of joins up and you have a massive path. I've seen some other people who've made paths where it's huge. It really is huge. So there's an entrance and exit. That now exists. This is fantastic. What we need to do now is waiting for it today because I forgot to change that. And yeah, it's quite bad. You can have natural paths. So that's a new one that I haven't seen that before. Excellent. Right, over to scenery. Now, there's loads of different things we can do, but essentially what I want to do is go to these coloured lights, and I want to go inside here, because we want to change the lighting so we can have, like, well, essentially different lighting all over the place. Now, this is a new feature here. You can actually transform it in any way, shape, or form you want, and, like, rotate it like that. Transform tools. Pull it back over. That's nice. Actually, what if we just pull it back to there? Up. Like that. And into the side. That's nice. Excellent. And the good thing about that is you can change the colour. So you can say have like a red light. Yeah, that's good. I like that. We're just going to come out and, yeah, it's daytime, so just pause it a second. So we're going to light up this place. So I'm going here. I want to duplicate. And essentially just sort of rotate it around a bit. And we're just trying to get our way through this tunnel now. Duplicate it. And we're going to put them on like the roof, the ceiling and things like that, just to sort of make it a bit different. Duplicate. There you go. Duplicate. What we'll do, we'll go to the more advanced one. And we'll transform it a bit. Like so. Again, duplicate. This one will be facing you, I think. Perfect. Perfect. Duplicate. All the way along. On the roof, perhaps? Yep. Whoa. Glitchy, glitchy. Because of the way this one is, I think it's probably best to rotate that one. Oh, that's perfect. So imagine this as you're coming down. I think that one we do need to advanced rotations. Oh, lovely, look at that. And then, boom, you come out. Hang on, Derek, hang on. Oh god, where the hell are we? We need to go back in the tunnel a bit, so we'll come in from the back end rather than the other way. We've only got one more light to place. Duplicate. And then probably about there is perfect. Right, excellent. So there's all the lighting in that. We do need to go to scenery, and we can put anything else in there. So we can put like anchors and such. If we really want... I mean, that's what you want inside a big tunnel, don't you? You want a massive anchor that can sort of break. And just imagine it just fell off its chain and landed on the side of this. That's exactly what you want. So we need to go back in the tunnel, and there we go. It's really dodgy getting the camera around here. I don't think it's really going to... Oh, no, it's going to let me place certain things. Bonfire. I don't think we really want a bonfire on the side of the wall. That would not be great. Got some sort of weird bunting thing going on. Let's go to filter by group, go to building set, and change it to... I don't know. Theme, pirate. There we are. So we've changed it to the pirate theme now. So you've got like wooden bits in. I don't think that overly fits. That's like some fruit, perhaps not. We've got like gantries and such. That would work if we just sort of rotate them and had them stuck on there. No, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I don't think any of these animatronics would really work. This is like Moria. We've got some mineshaft stuff going on. Half a boat. No, we're going to be using that later on when we're outside. Although, oh, this changes things somewhat. If we can line the entire thing with wrecked ship, that'll look sweet. I like the creaking as well. So pull it up. And back over. Nice. That one. All right. And you can see it's actually copying it as well. That's starting a bit dangerous. That's what good though. Excitement will go up as people's legs get absolutely carved off. And now this is where we're going to have some problems. Translate tool. Or maybe not. God, these tools are so powerful. The thing is, right, all of these... The main problem facing all of these building games that allows you to make pretty much whatever you want is essentially you want the tool set to be powerful enough for you to mess around with, but you don't want it so complicated that people are just going to go, oh, that's just problematic. And you don't want to be fighting the tools. Like, sometimes when you're playing this, you can be fighting it. There is times where you're just like, oh, I just want to do this. Can you please just allow me to do it? But for the most part, it does seem to go. Now the question is, do I want to do the other side? Now, actually, now that I've thought about it, this would be better if we put it on the roof, because then it would be more like a tunnel support than anything else. But I've done it now. I don't know if we'll be able to go the full length. Certainly don't think... Actually, no, we will be able to go up. We should be able to go up, no problem at all, because of the tools that we have. Like, we should be able to go up there and then rotate. You can rotate different axes. Like, you can go from world axes or the placement of the object. There you go, look, it's perfect. I've just realised we're making Big Whoop from Monkey Island, which is not a bad thing, but essentially most people don't have a clue what it is. Right. And I'm gonna have to do that now. I'm gonna have to do Monkey Island theme park, aren't I? Oh well, if we must. So this is gonna be fairly sharp, this one. I don't even know if it's possible. You know what? I think that'll be about right. Is it? Well, I like the lighting, and then it sort of does all go really higgledy-piggledy mineshaft type thing. That's good. I'm happy with that. Right, over to the outside. Boat bits. I would love to increase the size of this boat. Got a couple of boats that we can have, just, a couple little dinghies floating along. So hang on, we'll just have a... So I'll zoom out. Floating on the water there. We need to rotate them. I don't even know if it's correct or not. Translate that up. There you go. It's actually not the right place, but we'll rotate the dinghy. Either way, it's going to be sinking. That's not good. Reset. There you go. Perfect. Apart from it's floating, but we'll sort that out by doing that. The water line's a bit high, but whatever. So, back end of a broken boat. There. Front end of broken boat. There. And then what we'll do, go over to nature. Some trees. There isn't any trees. I know why. It's because we've got pirate, and there's no such thing as pirate trees. Well, there might be. But we want to sort of cover this round like that with different shrubberies and bushes. Could have a couple of dead ones as well. There you go. And a couple of palms, essentially, around the place. Oh. Oh, right, that's wrong. Undo. Right, yes. That was not correct, was it? Right, I forgot. The thing is about the game, you can clip all these inside, and, that's good. Because it means you can make whatever things you want. But also means at times you can get it wrong. So, obviously, all of these are not, like, native to the area. Some weird trees, but I'm just trying to cover up that bit there. Right. So, should we have a little ride? Should we see what it's like? Testing. Start. Right on camera. That one. Go! Oh, hang on. That guy... I was going to say the guy's face is a bit broke, but no, it's essentially because I haven't got it right. So, here's the ride camera. Let's see what this looks like. It's a nice beverage. So, clickety-clack, up the top, bank over, and then let's hope we don't crash into some wood around the other side. Colour's not bad, it's too orange for my liking, but you can't really get a brown in it as far as I can tell. And then we'll go over, hang over the edge, and then we'll go down. You can change the colour. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Because from the top, you can hardly see that there's ground. You can just see that, you know, it's like a boat and you're about to fly straight through the boat with water all the way around it. I could, if I want to, tweak the land height and bring it right down so there's only a tiny bit of land on the top. So the boat does look like it was floating there, but it would probably be a bit problematic at best. And I've just realised that what is problematic, we're just sitting here. Oh, there we go. And through the trees, through the wood, and then... I like that. I like that a lot. All of the colours, and then straight out the top, and then up and round. There you go. God, that only barely goes over there, doesn't it? That's bad. That is quite bad. So, what can we have? Let's we'll keep the test running because why not? Go to scenery, and then over to... Well, we do need to change this by theme. Pirate. There we go. And then animatronic, perhaps, around here. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Can't place it though because of the height. Actually, it's because of the size of it. I really like that. What else can we have? Pirate lookout. Pirate ship. Well, we're gonna have to have a pirate ship floating in the sea, aren't we? Hang on. Basic tools. Reset. Translate. Up. Right, where's the water line? About there. Excellent. And then we'll have it... Actually, we'll have it over here. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So we've got... Oh, hang on. No. We've got all different things we can put in here. Oh my god, it is a dancing monkey with some sort of sea shanty thing going on. Why was I not informed that this was in the game? That is cool. It's going there. Right. Then we need some arches, don't we? Rotate to about. About there. There you go. It stopped, and then it stopped. Oh my good grief. Right. What other things can we have? Well, we just have random assortments of things on here, wouldn't we? Like stocks and such. That little houses and that? Yeah. We still need something over here, though. Got some tentacle stuff. The problem with it is that... Actually, what we'll do... we could do this. We'll reset. We want it so on its lowest point, you'll never see the animatronics. So there, that there. Right. And I think we'll put it in this corner. Rotate it. Oh no, you see a little bit of animatronics. Oh! Perfect, it sprays water everywhere. That's perfect. Just what we need. Up a bit. Right, go on then, do your thing. Go on, mate, do your thing. Oh, you see a bit at the bottom, but it's about head height. That's actually no, it's not. Well, why did it stop? What? Undo. What? No, where's it gone? Redo. Redo. There we are. You. Advanced move. Down a bit. Right. Yeah, that's about right. Actually, a little bit lower. There you go. Now we could, if we want, have from scenery. It's loads like tentacles, I believe. Yeah, these things. And sort of like that. Yes. They don't strictly look correct, but we should have 6. Okay, they look a bit iffy. We got 6, right? We got 6 of them, and it's a bit iffy in the corner. This is all proof of concept. This is all me trying to make something in short order. So we got a roller coaster so far. To clarify, we've got a roller coaster that's constantly doing tests. We don't need to do that. Oh, we've opened it. No, close it, close it, close it. We've got a roller coaster that works, goes up and around, then down through a pirate ship, underwater, around here, and then through here. Start of something. Right, hang on. Hang on. Right, this matters now. Let's go to building theme. Right, we've turned that off. This is good. We want to go to special effects, water. Right, now these do just drip water everywhere. Right, water splashes, as you can see. It's like a splash of a water line. And that's like a plunge. Small ring, large ring. So hang on. If we put these about there, and about there, we'll do that. Oh, so it looks like you're splashing through the water as you go through. Excellent. Right. See, this is what I'm on about. This is where I don't think they've gone too far. It's water jet intermittent small, water jet large, water jet small, intermittent huge. Why not just have the options? Set your interval, set the size of it. Why didn't they just do that? And then you have just one part. And you could just even have one part anyway. Just one special effect block. And it says, right, what's this block? What type of effect? Is it fire? Is it water? Is it steam? Is it electricity? Then you select the duration. So you could have done that. That's a much better way of doing it, surely. And it saves all of these like piles of parts. But, you know, that's just my own personal feelings on it. I also think that when you've got like your building tools, I think I mentioned this before. I have mentioned it in other videos, but instead of you having like, instead of you selecting you select the item at the moment, and then it has a texture on it, and then you select the color now, which is good. But why not just select the shape of the item, then the texture, then the other thing, and it just saves probably just save a lot of work. Anyway, what I want to do, I want to put this on here. Hang on, I can't. It's not actually. Where's it rotating to? What I'm trying to do is place the. I'm trying to go under the ground. Rotate round. Rotate. Can't go further down. Why? There we go. Hang on. Let's zoom out. Go back in. There we go. And then we're underneath here again. And we're working underneath. Now, F used to... Hang on. Confirm placement. Rotate. Raise lower. Lock. Control. And... Right. Well, that should work. Scenery. Special effects. Water. There we go. Rotate. Essentially 180. Translate. Up and around. So every now and again, you'll get little drips coming through the ceiling. Like that. It's a bit too fast for my liking, but you know, that's the tools we're working with. There might be another one. There you go. It's dripping. Huge, small. Water jet. They're all jets, you see. So again, we'll rotate that round. Now that's actually spraying towards you in your face. I can handle that. There we are. And then reset. Go that way. Go along that way. That's not even intermittent, that's just on. Okay, fine. And if we actually put it inside the ground, you see it does sort of drip. Alright, then we want to... intermittent small. I think I've just placed it over there, haven't I? Yeah. You know what? Cancel that. We don't need to do any more work underwater. I think we're about right there. So, what about people? Park management. I'm sure you can go to... Let's get some maintenance. Let's get some janitors in. There's some of the new things. So there's a janitor. You've got staff happiness. You've got like tasks and how much you cost and stuff. Again, all basic things. But we'll get a captain lockjar in there, which is, well, yeah, a captain that goes around and fires at you with a gun, which is obviously just totally safe. Let's open the ride, and we're going to see what happens, because we should get people coming in the area now. We should get some people turning up. We could go to rides, and I know there's like a, what's this, Gears of Fear. That's new. We got, I think that's new. It's some sort of wheel thing. That's really cool. I think the developers, at least the people making these rides, just go, you know what? I just want to have a boatload of fun making this, and I genuinely think that's what they do. Let's have a boat over here. We'll place an entrance, place an exit. There you go. We'll go to add queue to entrance, which we'll have as a black one, because that's our convention now. We'll actually go closer here, like have it go around like that. We'll shrink it right down. Actually, we'll get rid of that beast because you need to add the queue. Ticket booth, rather. I'll have to get rid of that as well. It's too close. Get rid of that. Ticket booths are a little bit annoying these days. There we go. And we can open that as well. Go to paths. And we can easily add a path that goes width 4, and it goes around here, around the back. Can you go underneath? Yes, we can. And then around. There we go. Excellent. It's a bit of a nightmare in terms of how it goes, like, you know, it goes underneath there and all sorts. But we would need to add more scenery. It was loads of small. We have to have loads more stuff. So pirate, change it over to like a crane. I don't know why you would have a crane, but whatever. You could have a crane in here. There you go. All sorts of stuff. Put the crane in. What's that? Some netting. That's quite good. And just add like all sorts, like shrubberies and bushes, and this is where you can just spend hours and hours and hours on this thing. You genuinely could. Well, I have. I haven't put as much time in the game as I would like, but I've put a fair few hours in now. We'll have an anchor, because you always need an anchor. And a cannon, maybe? Oh yeah, that just fires at you. Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Just a cannon somewhere just firing at you in your face. But you can see the sort of thing we'd be going for. And we go to lighting as well. Props and lights. We got like skull lights. Lanterns. Light this lantern chain. That's nice. That's very nice, in fact. I like that. Look at all the people turning up. There's loads going on. They want to go on our coaster here. I'm surprised. That's nice as well. You see that? They all run on because they're really excited. They're like, quick, we have to go on. Come on, come on. So they've changed the way families work as well. They now do gather and they look at different things. Look at them all coming in and walking through all of the shrubberies, which we'll have to sort out. Where's Lockjaw? Where is he? There he is. He's back here. What's he doing? Firing his pistol about head height at kids? Yeah, that's about right. That sounds okay, mate. Let's go for King Coaster. Is it called King Coaster? Yeah, this guy. Actually, woman. Jenna Miller. Yeah, that is just demonic, that thing. There's something that I don't like about this thing. There's just, I don't know. The end times are coming when I look at that face. That's all I think. Right, so where's the ride? Oh, it must be underwater. I mean, it's like, you know, going through. He says, where is it? It's not there. Oh, there it is. It's over there. It is there. Right camera. There's the seat. And here we go through. And then darkness, darkness, darkness. Bits of water. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You can only see bits of dripping water. And obviously all the red light and stuff. And then we come round and then go, oh, yeah, that's fine. And then along here. And then hopefully, on the right-hand side, that thing's going to pop up. It did as well. So imagine you could turn your head and you see that. That's perfect. I'm really happy with what we've made here. I don't know if I should be. I don't know if it's just pretty garbage, but that does seem to function. I mean, there's loads of stuff we need to do. I mean, we need to like add a sort of pirate ship thing in here, or like some. I mean, there's like jetties and stuff that we can add. You know, going over to the pirate ship and stuff, like that. Essentially, you know, we could be here for hours. We really could genuinely be here for hours trying to sort this thing out. What I would like to do in the long run for this thing is add loads more items. Essentially, add loads of... that's really too big, that, I think. We'll have to alt that. And we can't actually set it so the ride goes in it. But there you go. Go straight through. Splash. I would really like to add more terrain bits around here, so we'll have to make this go up and down a bit, so it's a bit like a pirate cove, and then we'll add more ships in here, more jetties. We'll obviously have to sort out this because there's not really much going on here. It just essentially goes to a couple of rides. We'll have to alter the colour because it's too orange. We need to put something around here. Loads more trees, but the amount of work we could do would just be immense. Like we'd have loads. What can we do actually? Can we go to finance? You can see like you've got ticket prices and stuff. Currently we haven't got any. You've also got operations, cars per train, number of trains 1. I think if you close it you can open up like and say more trains, which is why I expanded, but because it's open now and there's people here, actually it doesn't really matter. You just close it and say number of cars. Oh, you can't. Number of trains you can't. We'll have to just open it. Oh well, whatever. There you go. But we can mess around. But there's also a maintenance button that doesn't do anything because essentially they haven't got there yet. But that is proof of concept. Weird pirate ride thing with all the new options and all the new tools. So we've got water, we've got nice little lighting effects going through the center there, automatic tunneling, nice smoothing on the roller coaster. It's like a vertical drop, and just generally used all the tools and messed around. I think that is not bad at all. Obviously, something that I would want to spend a lot more time on to really finalize, but as I said, proof of concept works. I think it's quite good. Let's take one last ride on it. There's the underwater view, which I don't think really works. But there's a seat, essentially. You know, we should have a cinematic. We'll have a cinematic. See what it's like. I don't think it's going to be that good. Yeah, when you go underwater, it doesn't really do that. It clamps to the ground rather than the water. So it's going to hang over, and we can just see that. Oh, yeah. That looks quite good. Yes. Is it going to follow us down? Any second now. This thing, like I said, I painted it wood colour. The wood colour looks okay, but the struts look orange. You can turn the struts on and off as well, but I don't really... Well, I haven't really bothered messing around with it too much there. And there it goes. Straight through the centre. Underground. We can't see that. But, yeah, oh, it's definitely there. And then up and over. Only just it gets up and over. It's very, very close. I wonder if it gives a nice cam following the action of the... Yeah, you can see the sea monster, the kraken or whatever it is, sort of looking around there. And then they all seem to be happy. Let's have a look at the overall results. Nausea is quite low, entertainment's high, fear is medium. Is there an overall rating? Max length. No, it doesn't show you an overall rating, which is a shame. It'd be nice if it did. Max speed, because we want to take one last ride on it. Ride camera, seat, and actually we'll wait until it's full. And there we go. Ride camera, seat. We want to be in seat middle, essentially. 5. Alright. And then we'll see what happens when we go through this thing. It'd be really good if we could synchronize the splash of the water to when we go over. It also hangs really, it hangs quite a bit as well, which it shouldn't do. Like it goes, and there you go. Oh, that's good. See all the water? Yeah, the water's splashing in front of you. It's a bit of a shame that it comes out in like massive. It is a square. You can see it's really small. Like, well, it is actually a rectangle when it comes out. So what I might do is lower that down. There we go. That's nice. Lower that down so you don't see as much. Oh, all the dripping works. Is that someone like wiping the face there? That's cool. That is really cool. And then around. Yeah, it's just the hands of people. And then we got the Kraken on the right. Popped up at the perfect time. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. That is whatever the hell this thing is called, because we don't have a name for it. Some random pirate coaster type doodah thing. Insert generic name for coaster here in the comments, and that's what it'll be called, because we might come back to this. If you want to see more of Planet Coaster in general, or you want to just jump on this, whatever, you want to see us complete this, then by all means let me know. That has been a little bit of Planet Coaster Alpha 3, and really looking forward to seeing what they bring out next. Like I say, I would like to do more, but only if people are really interested in that sort of thing. There's that horrible demonic thing. Look at that. That just sucks your soul in, that thing. Anyway, links in the description so you can check it out yourself. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. And this is the first time, I think, in any video that I said I wanted to do something in under a certain time period, and we've actually come under budget, so, you know, good game.